Government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Welcome back to probably whatever this is, kind of midday here on YouTube. I marked it to start in an hour because they're going to censure Rashida Tlaib. As I'm listening to the House get ready to go in to do just that, they're speaking about George Santos and actually going ahead and expelling him as we speak. So I'm like, do I wait the hour? No, I don't want to wait the hour. I don't want to wait the hour. Excuse me. I'm gonna kind of finish eating my lunch as I move into watching what's going to happen here in the House as they go to expel George Santos. They look at Rashida Tlaib's censure here at the top of the hour. I'm kind of excited to be here for that, and I'm going to continue to do just that. I am going to eat my lunch, like I said I was doing. I will be here and be watching chat. Watching chat. Anybody that's around. Anybody that wants to join Ken
does not even mention that new fact. So what really has changed since May? Is it because we are learning revelations of connections between Mr. Santos and our other Republican colleagues from New York serving in this body?
And I know I'm early, so I get that notifications may have not even gone out yet for this particular instance. That being said, work with me. I'm going to see what I can do to get this shared out. I don't have it shared anyway.
They care about the fact that Mr. Santos has done nothing to serve his constituents.
Although last night,
yet still provides a loyal and vital vote
during the Halloween costume party,
and George
which was
Santos
great fun.
Like an albatross
it was fun.
Around the necks
we had a lot of fun.
Single Republican in New York. They don't care anymore today about
I did say that I would be here today
of this institution
to cover
did in May when they voted to
what is
Mr. Santos.
Rashida Tlaib's issue.
Care about their re-election in
now,
year when they know
for them to start talking George Santos first, it really made me think about it for a second. I'm like, oh, wait a minute here. This isn't just Rashida Tlaib. This is George Santos as well. So, gonna have to.
He made during the campaign to deceive the voters. He is only walking these halls and voting on this floor because of those lies. And now we have additional testimony that
see if I can't
conspired to commit fraud. Democrats will once again vote to
edit the video a little bit, or the title line,
and voting on
that people coming in here thinking, oh, they're already censoring. Nah, we're gonna talk about George Santos first.
Than they do about political power. I hope the answer is yes, but I fear the answer.
I have to get into my studio.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
To edit the title line.
Reserves, gentleman from New York, Mr. D'Esposito is recognized.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I want to recognize some of the comments from my colleague from New York, Mr. Goldman, when he asked, is that when we had discussed this back in May, when he co-sponsored that legislation, I made it very clear that I was in support of it. But I also know how to count and realized that we did not have 2/3 of the House. And perhaps we won't this evening. But what I do know is that the Ethics Committee has been working hard as they issued a memo, as I referred to a few minutes ago, reviewing over 170,000 pages of documents, interviewing 40 witnesses, issuing subpoenas. So things have changed, and I find it very hard to take advice about serving constituents, Mr. Speaker, from a gentleman who has outright supported a rogue DA like Alvin Bragg in New York City, who has turned one of the greatest cities in this country into an outright disaster. Just ask your constituents. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield as much time as he may consume to my good friend from New York, Mr. Lawler.
Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will say, listening to the sanctimoniousness of my colleague from New York is quite priceless. Talking about politics, this is a gentleman who couldn't even condemn the New York City DSA in an op-ed, and in fact was more upset that I introduced a resolution condemning them than the actions of those individuals within the New York City DSA that supported the Hamas terrorist attack on Israel. And that is precisely because of politics, because his district is one of the most progressive districts in America. He couldn't muster the courage to even condemn the New York City DSA. So save us your sanctimoniousness sitting over there with your smug look. Mr. Speaker, nobody wants to be in a situation where they are expelling a member of Congress.
3 watching. Y'all hit that
It is
like button.
serious.
I am here.
And it comes with weight and gravity.
They're currently
Because
trying to
that
talk
individual
about
was
expelling
elected by their
George
constituents
Santos.
to serve and to represent their district.
They're due
You
to
don't expel
censure
a member for being a jerk.
Rashida
You don't
Tlaib
expel a member for something they said.
as well as Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You expel a member for their conduct. The conduct of Mr. Santos has been embarrassing
If you remember,
and unbecoming
when
and
it comes
unfit
to
for public office.
the likeness of Rashida Tlaib,
Lying
Marjorie Taylor
about
Greene,
your
those are just
background.
censures. Those are just censures.
Lying
those
about your
those are
life
like
experience.
slaps on the wrist,
Making up
and to make you look like a fool
events
in front of everybody else,
that didn't
so they
occur.
can laugh at you.
In an effort to
Tell you
bamboozle
how bad
voters
you are.
into believing that you are the right person to represent them is wrong. Fundamentally wrong. It's why all of us called for Mr. Santos to resign when this information came to light.
But Mr. Santos doesn't want to resign.
The resolution that was brought about in May was referred
2 watching, 3
ethics
likes. Hit that
for
like
2
button
reasons.
for me.
Number
hit
one,
up chat.
there were
I'll
not
totally talk to
2/3 of the
you.
vote to
I know
expel.
who else is
And
doing
number
what, but-
two, you wanted
know
to
that I didn't
allow
get
for a
notifications
process to
sent
get
out,
more
so-
information that members could hang their hat on in a vote. That process is ongoing. We all would have liked to have seen it resolved more expeditiously than it has been. But given the voluminous amount of lies, it has taken time. What has changed since May is that you have a guilty plea by the treasurer who was involved in this scam, who has laid out precisely what happened. And you have a superseding indictment, 13 additional felony charges, outlining precisely what happened. And yes, Mr. Santos will get his day in court.
Really?
But for the purposes of this body, we now have more than enough information from
Does
a
he need
court of
his
law
day in court? I mean, you're just going to expel
with
him
the
anyway?
guilty plea of his treasurer
You're going to expel him,
to
or you're
expel
going to try
him
bringing
from
him up on
Congress.
actual charges?
When you can sit with a straight face and say that you attended an institution like Baruch College or that you were a volleyball superstar and recite this on a nationally syndicated radio show, when you can make up the fact that your mother was in the Twin Towers on September 11th, with not even an ounce of shame or remorse, you're unfit to serve. All of us being from New York remember that day precisely. I was in my 5th day of freshman year of high school. The number of my classmates whose parents were in the building, whose parents didn't come home. The number of first responders in each of our districts who still to today are dying from 9/11 related illnesses. This is not something you joke about, you lie about. It is unfit. So, we as members of this body, despite the political nonsense that just came out of my colleague's mouth from New York, we as members of this body have tried to allow for a process to take place, allow for a process in which the members of this body can be confident that Mr. Santos should be expelled from Congress. That process has been allowed to play out, both in the Ethics Committee and here today. And based on the conviction and guilty plea of his treasurer and the admission of the fraud that was perpetrated upon donors, upon the NRCC, upon former Speaker McCarthy's chief of staff, that is more than sufficient evidence
Y'all
and
hit up that chat. I'll
information
still talk to
to
you.
expel Mr. Santos from Congress.
We're just kind of listening to what they have to say about
There is
some
not
George
enough
Santos
time to go through
expulsion.
the litany of lies
I currently
that Mr. Santos has engaged
they're
in
due to
during his
censure.
campaign and during his time in Congress,
Rashida Tlaib,
including just recently a claim
Marjorie
that
Taylor
his
Greene as well.
5-year-old niece was kidnapped by Chinese Communist Party spies.
why they would go to the extent like they are
So all of us
to
take seriously
continuously
the oath that
slap
we took.
each other on the wrist.
All of us want to uphold the integrity of this institution.
Kind of almost seems like a grift.
We are willing to take on a member of our party.
Kind of almost seems like a grift. Like they're
Not
like,
for
hey,
political
if I
gain.
censure you, will you censure me?
Not because we think this is fun.
If I censure your
because
friends
it's
and you
right.
censure my friends,
And I would
then we
ask my
can all be
colleague from New
friends.
York,
or-
name me one time you ever stood up to your party. You couldn't even muster the courage to denounce the New York City DSA. So we will do what's right. We have brought this resolution forward, and I encourage all of my colleagues to vote in favor of Mr. Santos' expulsion.
Mr. Speaker, I reserve.
Gentleman reserves. Members are reminded
Now,
today.
remember, these are Republicans that are
Gentleman from
that
New
are
York,
saying
Mr. Santos is recognized.
I continue to reserve, sir. I reserve.
Gentleman from New
that
York
they want to
reserves.
expel.
Gentleman from New York, Mr. D'Esposito is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I reserve.
Gentleman reserves.
And I'm ready to close.
Gentleman from New York, Mr. D'Esposito has the right to close.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Stand by. Gentleman will suspend. Gentleman from New York, Mr. Santos is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, efforts taken by other members in this body to act as judge, jury, and executioner are unconscionable and reckless to our Republican system of government and to the integrity of this body. I stand today to continue to prove my innocence of these allegations and charges leveled against me. I'd like to say I understand the point of view of my colleagues, but I don't. One can't say that they are pro-Constitution and at the same time act as judge, jury, and executioner. Where is the consistency, Mr. Speaker? The actions taken within this body are delicate and consistency is essential. And now is not the time to set dangerous precedent. Consider this. The last time a member of Congress was expelled was in 2002, following a criminal conviction. In fact, both expulsions in the last 2 centuries took place after the defendants had been convicted. To my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, I'd like to remind you that many of you are supporting another member of Congress who is under investigation and is the second time he is indicted. And even one of you, and even one who recently pleaded guilty to a crime, rather than calling for their resignation, here we are. I must warn my colleagues that voting for expulsion at this point would circumvent the judicial system's right to due process that I'm entitled to, and desanctify the long-held premise that one is presumed innocent until proven guilty. It is unconscionable to think that this body, who is at war with the DOJ over their politically motivated practices, would blindly accept their accusation against a member of another branch of government. We were each elected to Congress because our constituents supported our pledge to uphold the Constitution, protect their liberties, and put their needs first. We swore with our palms to the Bible to do so. This expulsion, unfortunately, is politically motivated by some members within this body. They believe that by attempting to expel me, they will garner political points, capitalize on political fundraising, and receive congratulations from those who do not approve of my voting record. During this Congress, we have seen the world set aflame, our allies attacked, recession looming, crime out of control, an unprecedented border crisis, and the diminishment of American power, prestige, and respect at home and around the globe. We should focus on solving these pressing issues that plague our nation and that affect our citizens every single day. Instead, we are prioritizing petty politics and undermining the integrity of our system of government, all for political cheap gains. Pettifog all you want, but you can never say I am not committed to serving my constituents of NY3. I have strived to build relationships and institutional acumen to represent and legislate for my people back home. Since I took office, over 1,100 cases of constituent works have been solved, key relationships with stakeholders in the district have been built, and a fresh voice of common sense and servant leadership has returned to New York. My office has no string attached to political parties and apparatuses back home, so I'm free to represent them openly here without the overlords of the GOP over my head in New York and Nassau County. My office has done instrumental work regarding passports, collaborating with state and local agencies, working with the Department of State throughout this ongoing Israel crisis for constituents overseas and countless other requests.
They're not refuting the stuff
In
that
addition,
you did do.
I'm
They're
proud to
also
have
saying that
two
you
fully
did some
staffed
other
district offices
things
serving the
that you
constituents of
shouldn't
New
have
York's
done.
3rd District, participating in the Service Academy nomination
because you did those
for
things that you
dozens
shouldn't have
of
done.
exceptional candidates
Now,
from Long Island and
now you're looking at being
northeastern Queens and
expelled.
being involved in the congressional art competition.
Expelled from Congress.
One of my highest honors of being in Congress was presenting a Purple Heart Medal to a World War I hero surviving family member after years of them attempting to garner this from my predecessor. I will never cease to honor those who have defended this republic and our homeland. From my involvement in assisting residents of New York 3 being held hostage by Hamas terrorists to my contributions in the effort to close the migrant shelter at the Creedmoor facility in Belrose, being a champion for the Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, and my resolve to clamp down on China's growing influence against American interests, there is one thing
This will take a while. No, it
consistent
can't.
and unwavering,
It can't take a while.
and that is the
Why?
dedication to self-service.
Because at
This motivates me
4:30
to work day in
or-
and day out
I'm sorry, I'm
on
Mountain
behalf
Standard
of
Time.
them
So
and to represent their
in
interests
exactly
and
1
values.
hour,
I am
exactly
proud
1
to
hour
have
from now, Don.
one of the most
It
conservative
just so happens
voting
to
records
be that there's
in
supposed to
Congress
be
in the 118th
censuring
Congress,
Rashida Tlaib.
and the most conservative voting
So
record in New York's delegation.
as
I
soon
will
as
never
this is
apologize
done,
for
they're
voting
supposed to
in line with
vote,
conservative
and
principles
then they move
and
into
my
the
district.
next.
Let us
Hey,
remember,
Div, what's up,
our
dude?
commitment to justice
Yeah,
ensures that the presumption of
on clock.
innocence is upheld in all cases.
This stuff needs to be
I requested that my
pushed through
evaluation
today.
be
So
based
then
on
they're
the work
also
I do in
supposed
this
to
body. And you granted me a reprieve
censure
earlier this year on the
Marjorie
advice
Taylor
of
Greene at
former
the same
Speaker
time.
of the House, Kevin McCarthy. I'm asking the chamber to please uphold those same principles today. I hope that my colleagues come to their
Which is
senses
kinda,
and recognize
I mean,
that perilous
tit for tat,
consequences of
keep
a
on pushing
trial
each
by
other
media
around,
is damaging.
making it be something that doesn't need to be
The loss of the presumption of innocence
from either side. I
establishes a
find it really
dangerous
ridiculous.
precedent that threatens the
Cake,
very
what's up?
foundation of our legal
We're
system.
playing catch
And
up
we
as
risk losing the
always.
trust that the
Why aren't
American
more
people have
people
placed
that are
in
given
us by passing
expulsion
judgment without due process.
as is a big thing?
If
It
we
is a
work
big
together,
thing.
we can protect the integrity of
Uh,
our system and the rights of all citizens.
At least
I'm
suspended.
fighting tooth and nail to clear my name in front of the entire world, Mr.
No,
Speaker.
and that's the thing
It
is,
hasn't been
Don,
easy.
is it doesn't matter
But I'm
who
fighting by God's grace.
gets
On a
censured.
final note,
None of them are going to care because
as
it's
we
all it
wear
is
these
a slap
pins
on the
and
wrist.
stand within these chambers
It's a
as
slap on the wrist. It's the
elected
same
members
thing that
of
they did
Congress,
to
we cannot
Shifty
speak
Schiff.
out of both sides of
They
our mouth,
censored him.
promising to
They
uphold the
marched him up
principles
in
of the
front of everybody,
Constitution
pointed
while
fingers at him and said,
simultaneously
he's
trampling
bad.
on the
The
principles
other half
that
went ahead
underpin our
and
fundamental
cheered and
rights
clapped for him and
granted
rose him
by
up
the
onto a
Constitution
pedestal and made him
is
bigger and better than he ever
hypocrisy.
was. The ignorance
I hope
is
that
really
the House
something.
will understand the scope
from
of
both
this vote
sides.
and have
From
the
both
courage
sides.
to do what is right,
Censoring each
not what
other
is politically expedient.
isn't going to do nothing.
I stand firmly in my
You're going to do
innocence
nothing other than
and my
allow
passion to
them
represent the
to
people of New York's third
investigate
district as the
or do
voters
an
would have if
investigation
the
into
voters
these
would
people
continue to have.
further on what they're about.
For it is either
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's been
it is
followed
their
around
responsibility and their responsibility
for a
alone
long
to elect
time.
or remove me from Congress.
She'd been
Mr. Speaker, thank you for allowing me to
had
make
her
my
house
case
raided
directly to
several
you, sir.
times.
For God, for country,
She's
for
not
liberty.
afraid.
God bless the
She's
United
not
States
afraid.
of America.
Go ahead.
I reserve.
Research.
Does the
Go
gentleman
ahead.
yield or reserve?
Figure it out.
I'm sorry, I yield.
Investigate me.
Gentleman yields. Gentleman from New York is recognized, Mr. D'Esposito.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I first want to point out that constitutional due process doesn't apply here. We have the facts. They've been outlined over the last 10 months. And the facts are that Mr. Santos actually admitted to those lies and deceptions.
It's like impeaching the House.
He
Meaningless.
references
Exactly.
the concern of this
Meaningless. All it
body and the
is
fact that we
is a
quote, maybe
word.
losing trust.
Just like saying that they did this
I want to let
twice
everyone
to
in
the
on a
to
stark
the
reminder.
previous
Coming from New York,
is
New Yorkers don't agree
is lie
on
in
much
itself.
of anything. But
'Cause you know damn well
78% of the individuals who live
it
in the
only
3rd
went through the House.
congressional
It never
district
made it through the Senate. It
do
was
not
never
want
confirmed.
George Santos as their representative. So it seems to me that trust has already been lost. Like my colleagues mentioned, this is not something we want to do. In fact, I wasn't elected to Congress, and nor were my colleagues here from New York, to entertain issues like this. But while Mr. Santos referenced the work that needs to be done here in the 118th Congress, like fighting the out-of-control spending from the Biden administration, like holding him accountable for his lies and deception and failure to uphold
as
the
far as
Constitution,
Cake, as far as the
like
expulsion
securing
thing goes,
our southern border, like keeping our communities
you
safe,
have to have
like making
enough
this country
people
energy independent.
to
Yes,
stand
that
up
is the
to
work
it
that we want to do.
and vote
That is
for
the
it to
work
be
that our neighbors sent us here to do.
that
But each
indeed
time
they are
we attempt to do that work, we are
wrong
sidetracked
for what they've
by yet
done.
another story involving
And you have to
George
have a lot of
Santos.
people that believe it.
So you see, we are here
Like
today because We've
majority
heard
of the Congress.
all the facts.
It's not just a
We
couple
know
people
what
or
is at
a
stake.
person. It's going to
And
take them
yes,
a
we
long time
understand that there is a precedent.
to potentially do
But
this.
by
But
God, if
they
there
know
is
that
ever a
they've
time
been
that the
doing this.
American
They've
people
been working on
want to see a new standard,
expelling this guy for
want
a
to see a
while.
new precedent set
George Santos
on Capitol Hill,
is due
I
to
think now's the time.
be gone.
They've watched over the last 3 or 4 weeks while we tried to find our new Speaker of the House.
Let's go. Come on.
This government was on hold. We
So
couldn't
due
do
process
the work
bit
for the
is
American
love
people.
notion, but
You know
not
what? They're looking at
applicable.
us, and they want
Yeah,
us to be
yeah.
held to a higher
It's not
standard.
applicable
So
in
that's
this
why
particular
we are putting this resolution on the floor.
instance
Not
or
because
whatever.
we
It
want
has
to,
nothing to do.
not for political
He doesn't
points.
get due process.
This resolution would have been put forth by me whether I represent
and
a
being
bright red district or the
expelled from
brightest
something.
of blue districts. This is about doing the right thing. It's about putting this institution
Now, does he
first,
get to go to
and
court
it's about
afterward if he
giving
wants
the
to?
people of the 3rd
Sure,
Congressional
sure.
District the opportunity
Then he can
to be
try
represented.
getting his due
With
process.
that, Mr. Speaker, I
But
thank
until
you,
then,
and I yield.
they can
Gentleman
expel him
yields.
all they want.
Without objection, the previous question is ordered on the resolution. The question is on the adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted.
Mr. Speaker, I ask for the
Gentleman
yeas
from
and
New
nays.
York is recognized, Mr. D'Esposito.
I ask for the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, further proceedings on this question are postponed. Chair lays before the House a communication.
Further proceedings are postponed.
The Honorable, the Speaker, House of Representatives, sir. Pursuant to the permission granted in Clause 2H of Rule 2 of the Rules of the U.S. House of Representatives, the clerk received the following message from the Secretary of the Senate on October 31st, 2023 at 3:15 p.m. That the Senate passed Senate 1146. Signed sincerely, Kevin F. McCumber, Acting Clerk of the House.
Chair lays before the House a communication.
They're going to do a couple of other communications here
The
within
Honorable,
the
the
next
Speaker, House of Representatives, sir.
bit.
This is to notify you formally, pursuant to Rule 8 of the Rules
Doesn't
of the
sound like
House of
they're actually going to vote
Representatives,
on
that
on
I, the
expelling
Honorable Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Emerita and U.S. Representative for the 11th
at the
Congressional
moment.
District of California, have been served with third-party subpoenas from the prosecution and the defendant to produce documents in a criminal case in United States District Court for the Northern District of California. After consultation with the Office of General Counsel, I have determined that compliance with the subpoenas is consistent with the privileges and rights of the House to the extent it requires production of non-privileged information. The responses to the subpoenas will be identical. Signed sincerely, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker
And
Emerita.
that's why you like I suggested
Pursuant to
absence of the
Clause
quorum.
12A of Rule
And the
1,
reason
the
that
chair
he
declares the House
suggested
in
the absence of
recess
the quorum
subject to the call of the chair.
was for the simple fact that now he can actually walk away for the short bit until they actually get a quorum around to bring it back up to do the vote. House in recess subject to call of the chair. So now we just wait. Now we just wait. You're surprised Santos called for the quorum call? I mean, he needed to do it either way because there wasn't a quorum that was there, so you need to call for it anyway. Not suggesting it would have actually been against rules. Looks like there's about 45 minutes slated before they're supposed to do the censure of Rashida Tlaib. That one's actually kind of interestingly marked out as a time frame for them to do such a thing. So they are going to vote on that one in particular for sure, which is the reason why you see the thumbnail the way it is. The thumbnail the way it is intended for that. I changed the title line to add MTG and Santos to it because I'm like, oh, it looks like they're actually talking about Santos right now, and I figured that they were going to go along with the count, but the vote doesn't look like they're going to do the vote at the moment. Everybody will be. I'm pretty sure that there's still a couple of meetings that are still running. When it comes down to it, sorry, no problems. I don't mind typos. I don't mind typos. There's currently no. Okay, good. So they've all ended their meetings. Being that they've all ended their meetings, there should be a what? You're sitting congressor. Do not make Islamophobic remarks. I mean, you really should watch what you're saying no matter what when you're a congressor. Good to see you, Darth. Party on Darth. Yes. So, like you said, it looks like it's going to be a little bit. If I would have known that they were going to actually recess for the short bit until they went into it, I probably would have waited it out just a little while. As they do have it marked out for Rashida Tlaib to be censured. That vote is supposed to happen no matter what. They'd set this last night. So, I didn't actually take and put this out anywhere. I didn't share it a single place. If each and every single one of you took it and shared it to one place that you'd like to share things, we could potentially get this out there. She don't need a censure. She need to have her damn mic muted. I'm with you, Darth. I'm with you on that. But at the same time, they have to do what it is that they're doing. Otherwise, their political theater falls apart. Their political theater falls apart, and so they have to continue to play these games with each other. I'm gonna censure you. You're gonna censure me. Was modding good logic covering the Colorado Trump removal from the ballot case? Cash Patel wrecked the lefty lawyer. Cash Patel did wreck the lefty lawyer. I was not watching Good Logic cover this particular case. I tried to watch the first day, and it was really dry and hard to watch. And it wasn't Good Logic's problem either. It wasn't Good Logic's problem either. It was the trial in itself was just really hard to watch. I'm kind of surprised that he's stuck to his goal of running this particular case. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. That's for sure. You went full Cash App on him. The case is the whole thing. Anything against Trump it's all the same exact thing, Don. It's all the same. It's all. It really seriously is. It's horrible. Horrible as it is. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the House session down. I'm gonna leave it there just in case, because I think I like C-SPAN better when it comes to these things. But for this instance, it looks like. See, I don't want their chat. It looks like RSBN actually has a timer on theirs. House votes to censure Rashida Tlaib 39 minutes. They're due to start. So, you know, I'm going to stick around. I'm going to stick around for that for sure. If for whatever reason, you know, you come popping in here and you're like, hey, it's really quiet. There's nobody talking. Well, it's because I'm by myself. I'm by myself and you know, I'm a dad. So, you know, if Tadpole needs something, I jump. I do as he requests. Everybody kind of knows this and should know this. Cash trials still like that. You're going to get charged with insurrection. He's been notified by the court he's not allowed to stream this trial. Oh no. Madcore Mofo says, I'm in voice Discord, but everyone is muted. Yeah, everyone was muted when I went live too. I don't know. I know Vicky went to go lay down for a bit. I know she went to lay down for a bit, and then I don't know what the other two were doing. I decided to take a break. Usually Trish Regan is on around this time. I'm working on building her audience. Then Andrew Legal Mindset will probably be on later for me to mod. You mod that many different places, Don. That's awesome. It's awesome. I'm American, but I'm Paraguay. The time zone is murder for me. Ah. Oh, you're in Prague. You're in Prague. The time zone. This little heart thing that's on the side here was covering up the last couple words. So you're in Prague. The time zone murders you. That's interesting. Mod for 20 channels. That's cool. That's cool. Glad that you're here. I really do appreciate it. I don't always do things just here on the YouTube side of things. I have the tendency to do most of my content on Rumble, and I've been trying to do things on locals. Elon went on Rogan. Yep, he sure did. Yep, Rogan wore a wig for a short bit for Halloween. If people were awake, I was going to watch it on Discord, but I'll wait till everyone was more lively. You know, I actually thought about, because I wanted to watch it myself, on where to watch it and when to watch it. Time wise, it is never really easy just to schedule. So you just pretty much have to schedule it and be like, this is the time that I'm going to watch it. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. Type thing. But yeah, absolutely. I'm down. We can watch it sometime. Andrew Legal Mindset is in Thailand. Sure is. He likes to come on about 4 or 5 a.m. Prague time. Did you tell me what time it was already there? I'm just not remembering. But yeah, I have a tendency to kind of tune into Andrew sometimes, depending on what he's talking about. If he's talking about Disney, if he's talking about other things, maybe. Why are you watching chat on YouTube instead of StreamYard? Because I can. So my mate I haven't seen in 15 years wants to join Yanks mate in Discord. I have smoke with y'all and catch up with me next week. I gave him a link to Discord. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. At night, all my channels are a bitch for me. Sleep when I'm dead. Sounds good. Sounds good. That's usually the best time. 22. It's 11. Okay. Sounds good, my car. Sounds good. Yeah. As far as that goes down, I do have a couple others around here that actually live in UK or whatever. That have a tendency to be around. So I get the issue. I get the issue. It's been brought to my attention several times. 34 minutes for the censure of Rashida Tlaib to start. As soon as the House comes back from recess, we'll go back right to that. You get better viewership on Rumble with this, and I know, I get it, but sometimes you have to give in to the other side, and you have to give YouTube what they, I mean, will they be back tonight for a regular show? Potentially. So, I mean, I do have a couple things already, started. I'm looking at others. So, I mean, it's hard to say no, I want to do this, no, I want to do that. It really is. And the sleeping thing, time for me to turn in. So, join replay crew. Take care as always. Use well, cake. Sleep well. Will you be late and gay tonight? Maybe. I don't really even know what all I'm doing tonight. But I mean, I'll be there. I'll have something. I don't know how long it's going to be that I'm going to be on. No clue. How about some Israel-Palestine conflict? Maybe some other news and maybe politics. I mean, that's for at least 3 hours. I mean, maybe it's really dependent on how well things go. As you see, what do I have right now? Six articles. So it's give or take about an hour and 20. And I got to do some other research to actually, fill out the show. So if there's nothing that's like, oh my god, yeah, that's fun to watch, or that's something we should talk about, it's not going to make the cut. It's not going to make the cut. But it is what it is. So I mean, we do what we do, right? I need the news to bore and depress me before bed. Well, I'll try. I'll try. Some of this news that you just like scroll through things trying to find things to read. You're like, the ignorance of some of these things, it just doesn't make sense. 30 minutes 30 minutes left before they go ahead with the censure of Rashida Tlaib. Waiting for the House to come back from recess. As soon as the House comes back from recess, we'll completely go right directly to that. If you haven't checked out already, some of the stuff that's been going on in the last week, made yourself over to the Rumble side. Sundays have turned themselves into spiritual, aka oh, for the love of God, exploring spirituality with the Frog Army on Sundays. We do those a little early. We do those about 6:30 or 7:30, 7:30, 6:30, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. I'll get that time frame down correct. It's been a bit. We've only done one show this week. This week we're gonna try situating ourselves with some Sodom and Gomorrah, per Divinity's thought on that. That should be fun. I've done a little bit of research. I mean, pretty much read the second half of Genesis for sure. And there's multiple other places that they come up in the Bible. It should be kind of fun to cover. I'm excited for it. Saturday, yes, we're gonna work backwards on the calendar. Saturday, conversations with Cool Frog. I'll have Max Murrow with me. After joining Jenny early in the day. Friday, really nothing specifically planned for Friday. Most likely there'll be, an open mic night no matter what. Those open mic nights, usually go in topic free and see what we can spin. And make a conversation. Last weekend, the weekend before, a couple good weekends, we went for 6 to 8 hours. It was very lengthy shows. You'll probably see us again this weekend, this Friday, for another open mic of sorts. What we talk about, that's the fun part. The censure is volatile of congressional immunity. What is up, Grimsbar? Yes, it is. It really is. But, though we tit for tat keep on censoring each other, because we're also going to be, potentially looking at the censure of Marjorie Taylor Greene. It really seriously needs to stop. There's a bunch of ignorance going around. Good to see you, Grim. Do you even have a plague? Do they even have a playground at the Capitol building? What? Just monkey bars. Just monkey bars. Banana cheese. Banana republics need banana cheese. Censure them all? Or censor them all? The congressional immunity should be revoked. Yeah, well, they all want more power. I think, like I said earlier, I think that a lot of this is grift. If you censure me, I'll censure you. we can all be put up on pedestals together. Equity. Make them all stop talking, voting, and mostly stealing money from the taxpayers. Who's going to make them do that? You? Me? An F-16? I mean, this Puffer P. Recesses for kids. They better get their asses out their seats. Yeah. If this thing's due up in 24 minutes for the censure or whatever, so then I'll probably leave the RSB inside. I'm just using their time clock before they go live. And then we'll go over and watch the actual House proceeding on it through Congress, through House.gov. I have a stream today. Nobody will see it. Yeah, they will. The fuck is correct. At least the merry-go-round. Frog said they have monkey bars and banana trees. Yes. Feels like racism. I mean, be offended? I mean, be offended. Come on, let's go. 22 minutes. Let's go. Come on. No reason to take that long to get back from recess. Hanging around on the monkey bars. Doing penny drops. Could you imagine? Mitch McConnell just did a penny drop. Out the low bar. I guess you're going to get an ad in about 50 seconds. Anybody that doesn't have premium, 5 watching, 8 likes, smash that like button for me. Eventually, this thing will start. And we'll go ahead and we'll start paying attention to the censure of Rashida Tlaib. Unsubs and leaves when ads play. I mean, if you unsub and leave when the ads play, you can prevent the ads from playing by simply going ahead and purchasing YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium will give you ad free, as well as it throws more money at the creator. The creator makes more money on that. Nick said, just joined and was typing hi, and the first thing I hear is Mitch McConnell is doing penny Not panty drops, penny drops. YouTube will get 0 pennies. Who the creator? Me, the creator. Good to see you, Nix. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you're here. You know, we're just kind of holding off, waiting about 20-ish minutes here for the censure of Rashida Tlaib. That attempted to hold meeting for the expulsion of George Santos already today. They suggested an absence of a quorum, so they needed to have a quorum ready again for them be able to vote for such a thing. I don't know if that vote will go down today, but this one is due and set to go down. Marjorie Taylor Greene is also due to be censored. Not censored, censured. I'm just here for the censor of Magic the Gathering. What? It's past midnight. I hear what I want to hear. Also, hi. If you want panty drops from Mitch McConnell, if that's what you really seriously want, is to hear about that disturbing thought of Mitch McConnell dropping his panties on front of you so you can see his low dangling balls. I mean, that's on you, man. They would censor if they could. Everybody kind of says that they would like to censor somebody if they could. If they could, if they could get away with it, they totally would. But it would be funnier. Like ball gag or duct tape. Long, pointy Christmas bulbs. I got a job interview in 9 hours. Now I'm definitely not going to fall asleep with those thoughts. Count panty drops like you're counting sheep. Eventually, once you close your eyes, it won't really seem like he's teabagging you, but you might think it is. You'll fall asleep eventually. You'll get wore out. Good luck on the job interview, though. I hope that goes well for you. 16 minutes. Elaine Chow, his wife, must have a hard time not laughing. I bet. I bet she just sits there giggling. Look at these silly balls. How's that sleep going next? Brooks needed a gag. Oh. She was cabinet secretary under Reagan and also W, I think. Thanks. This is the first answer I got so far. Most not hiring now because some law change pushed restructures. So there's a 75% chance of being jobless right in time for the holidays. That's bad. That sucks. I hope things get better for you. Since you did, yeah, I see that DM. Migration into the United States from over 150 countries, majority of them being adult, military-aged men. Yeah, there's some kids. Yeah, there's some women, but it seems like the majority of them are men that are destroying this country as they walk into it. I think that they're coming into a better place, and they're not making it a better place. They're making it a worse place. I see you, Macor. That's quite the crowd. 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Let's go ahead and present. This one. What he sent me. Droves. 6 million in the last 3 years? Yep. That's recorded. There's a lot more than that for sure. What's up, Doug?
Oh, where are they going?
They coming here, bro.
Oh no, why are they coming here? Tell them New York's full. Send them back.
Yeah, they come in
Nope.
here. They're just like all of them. Just like, yeah, we gotta live together
Man,
in your parks, in your streets.
I mean, that's the estimates that they think.
Even in your spare room if you have one.
I mean, unless you live in Martha's Vineyard and have plenty of spare rooms, then you just clear yourself pro sanctuary city, but not here, not in my backyard. Oh, I saw something interesting on Twitter about this, like 12 billion for border security package, and it turns out like the official White House release on that is it's basically just money to make sure that all the illegals are clothed, housed, and distributed throughout the U.S. appropriately. So congratulations, another 12.5 billion going to fucking you in the ass directly. Good job. Do you read that, Fog?
Yes.
You see the thing on that? Yeah, I was very impressed. Hope I didn't spoil something for to show
Nix,
later.
you ain't derailing shit, brother. You speak with what you want, when you want, and how you want. I'm never gonna tell anybody they can't. Some of them to Russia via Canada and Alaska. Canadians coming here, man.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a large influx of illegal migration through the northern border that nobody's talking about at all. But apparently that's
Oh, YouTube censored you on that. Apparently, that's a what?
damn snow Mexicans.
Tell them to keep walking into the ocean. I mean, we can tell them to try keep walking into the ocean. Most of them can't swim. You'd be surprised how many of them actually can. That's why they're coming here, because they're like, they can swim across that little river.
Well, I mean, that might be one of the funniest jokes I ever heard about Mexico is why they don't have an Olympic team. That's because all the good runners and jumpers and swimmers all live in the U.S. now. Damn it! Can I even say that on YouTube? I need to watch myself.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. Kanaka Stadies are fleeing Justin Castro's Marxist regime. Yep. They're afraid. They're afraid. They don't like it.
Well, I checked twice, Madcore. You're not in my block list either, so I don't know.
Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I did go check because I was like, damn, I don't recall putting Madcore on my block list. I know who I do got on my block list. So I was like, I don't think I ever did that. Not Madcore. I mean, we might argue and disagree, but he don't just sit and harass me or annoy the living shit out of me. So I looked and I couldn't find him. I was like, you must have me blocked. But he says he can't unblock me because he can't find me in the block list. How many people you got blocked, man? I don't know. It is what it is. Cool Frog couldn't unblock me on locals. Took him like a half hour. While we were doing
yeah. And when I figured it out, the thing is, their Darth is the email that you use for your locals. It shows up. Up as you know which one that is.
Oh, it shows up as the email.
It shows that email. Yeah.
Oh, so you got my email then.
I got your email.
That's
just saying.
This is why I didn't want to give locals no money.
I got your email that you use for your locals, and
that's my email that I use for. I mean, that's technically my primary email address, but I don't use that for anything that I actually am going to read. I've got a Proton Mail account that I use for all the mail that I actually read, and then if I have to sign up for something like locals or Rumble, I use that one, the old Google account.
Madcore.
So I mean, if you expect me to ever read an email from you, don't write it to me on that one.
Just a few, huh, Madcore?
Lisa, we're currently waiting for the kids, and I mean Congress to come back from recess on the playground that they allegedly have at the Capitol, and then we're going to be doing a censure hearing for Miss Rashida Tlaib of what is it? I want to say that 12th district of Michigan. I know she's from over there by the Dearborn. Joe Dolio from Future Conflicts was like, yeah, that's my congresswoman. And I'm like, oh, SMH. Why would you tell people that? And then, yeah, hopefully Magic the Gathering, and they get to both of them before I have to cut out of here.
But yes, Lisa. Censuring of Rashida Tlaib is due in about 5-ish minutes or whatever for that to start. And that's the main gist of the day, was the censure of Rashida Tlaib. It looked like Marjorie Taylor Greene could also be looking at being censured, as well as George Santos is looking at being expelled. Now, George Santos, they were talking about it, but they
I thought
tabled
they had
it.
already had meetings on that.
They
Oh, they
tabled
tabled
it due
those.
to absence of
Those hearings.
a quorum currently, so they're due up to vote on that as well. I don't know if we're going to get all three tonight. I'm hoping to at least get the censure of Rashida Tlaib. That was the main gist of it. Because we don't
Yes,
know if we're going to
because
see
that's the
Marjorie
one
Taylor Greene, since
Coulthard
they
really
haven't.
wants to happen.
Well, they haven't actually
Coulthard
marked
loves Magic the
Marjorie
Gathering.
Taylor Greene as being voted on today. She might
Oh,
not be
well.
voted on today. It might just be the Rashida Tlaib thing. So if that's the case, then we'll find out. But and that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, Lisa. Is we're here for the censure of Rashida
We were actually
Tlaib.
just talking about that yesterday, Madcore. Or no, it was a couple days ago. We were on Shenograms, and I mentioned that, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. That's why I don't usually block anybody, because I know what a bitch it is to have to go in and unblock people. So,
Right.
yeah, I was just saying I should make a video on how you actually do that, because it's really stupid the way they have that set up. But hey, sweet, dope, I'm unblocked.
Oh, there you go. I found it.
That's I mean, I'm assuming I'm unblocked. I'm not actually looking at the YouTube side, so I can't tell if I actually am unblocked, because everything froze up when I tried to load this StreamYard link. Because I realized then that I had a video going of somebody building a hobbit hole, actual hobbit hole, and then I had Joe going in the other window on Rumble, and then I had this going. And I was like, I have 3 streams going right now. No wonder my computer is like moving at sloth pace. That's too much.
Calls for the elimination of Israel and the death of all Jews. Whereas in September 2022, Rashida Tlaib, as a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, displayed her disdain for Israel, saying, "You cannot claim to hold progressive values, yet back Israel's apartheid government." Whereas instead of denouncing the horrors of Hamas, slaughtering Israelis, and demanding the release of all hostages held by Hamas, Rashida Tlaib stated on October 8, 2023, "The path to the future must include lifting the blockade, ending the occupation, and dismantling the apartheid system that creates the suffocating, dehumanizing conditions that can lead to resistance." Whereas Rashida Tlaib exhibited her hatred for America by reposting a message on October 12, 2023,
I'm
blaming
glad she's
America
not wearing
for
her
allowing the
mask
deaths
today.
of Palestinian babies at the hands of Israel.
Was she wearing a
Whereas
mask?
Rashida Tlaib led
Last
an
week
Oh god,
she
insurrection
that
was.
would
at
be
the United
so
States
annoying.
Capitol complex on
I would
October
be
18,
annoyed having to
2023,
listen to her
which put
and make
members of
sense of what she's
Congress, their
saying.
staffs, and Capitol visitors in danger by shutting down elevators, stairwells, and points of egress, while obstructing official business in both the House of Representatives and the Senate, including a Senate Foreign Affairs Committee hearing. Whereas the insurrection led by Rashida Tlaib was organized by Jewish Voice for Peace, which the Anti-Defamation League calls a radical anti-Israel activist group that advocates for a complete economic, cultural, and academic boycott of the state of Israel, and that believes Israeli policies and actions are motivated by deeply rooted Jewish racial chauvinism and religious supremacism. Whereas members of the Southern Poverty Law Center,
Racial
a
chauvinism?
far-left nonprofit
It's not a
organization,
thing.
were present at the insurrection at the Capitol on October 18, 2023. Whereas several insurrectionists at the Capitol belong to a group messaging chat called Global Intifada, which is the Arabic word for rebellion or uprising, and refers to a series of protests and violent riots carried out by Palestinians in Israel during the last century. Whereas by leading an anti-American and anti-Semitic insurrection on October 18, 2023, Rashida Tlaib followed Hezbollah's orders to carry out a day of unprecedented anger following an explosion at a Gazan hospital, lying about Israelis' responsibility for the attacks. which United States intelligence agencies said was not
Didn't
perpetrated
they
by
debunk
Israel.
that
And
hospital
whereas members of
explosion?
Congress
Like the parking lot?
who denounced the United
The parking
States
lot got blown
while
up
praising terrorist
of the hospital?
organizations are unfit to hold office, now therefore be it resolved that 1. Representative Rashida
I'm not
Tlaib
sure.
be censured. 2. Representative Rashida Tlaib forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the
Is he talking
pronouncement of
about the
censure.
same
And
hospital
3.
where they said like 500
Representative
people were
Rashida
killed,
Tlaib
and then it
be
turns out,
censured with the public reading of this resolution by
in
the
the morning
Speaker.
it's like, oh yeah, the hospital's right there.
The resolution qualifies. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Massachusetts seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I have a motion at the desk.
The clerk will report the motion.
Ms. Clark of Massachusetts moves to lay the resolution on the table.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentlewoman from Massachusetts. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. It appears the noes have it.
Just the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A significant number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 15-minute vote.
So then
15 minutes to decide whether you want to say yes or no.
they should put graphic on the screen. There it is.
They should, but there it
Motion
is.
to table. And then we get to watch the numbers trickle over on the yays and nays.
Mm.
A lot of times you see people don't understand what they're saying yay or nay to until they're well informed. As you see, there's one Republican that said yay. The one Republican that said yay may potentially go back and change their vote to nay. Just misunderstood
Maybe.
the way it was.
Uh,
It happens more often than you'd like
It may
to
be
think that they
Kevin McCarthy.
misunderstand.
yeah, I mean, these are only our like actual legal policy makers.
I'd be confused. Are you trying to censure someone, or are they discussing the censure that happened? No, they're trying to censure someone.
Yeah.
Put a poll up for what chat would vote? All right.
Since you are on YouTube, you might as well use the poll feature. You can't use it on
I
Rumble
guess.
because they don't have it. You just have to do the OG polls on Rumble, like put a 1 in the chat if.
So
If you
we'll go
think
along the same thing that they're
Rashida
doing.
Tlaib is
Motion
a
table.
giant piece of.
Yes or no? I'll change it to yay or nay for you.
Yay. Nay. Yay.
And because they have a present option also, we'll put a present option.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I thought that was voting for the president. I was
No,
gonna say,
that's-
like, everybody vote Donald Trump in Congress, yo. So, I heard that Donald Trump gave a speech. Did you hear about this speech? I heard he gave it to a mostly Jewish majority group, like some sort of special interest group. And I heard Trump went full war hawk. Like, every single one of these people. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I have to. Haven't been able to look at a whole ton of stuff today. I just finally had a chance to do some stuff. And just kind of
You need like a
There's so much about
co-conspirator or something.
his fraud case, whatever that they're dealing with.
Yeah. Donald Trump, the fraud. Yeah, it was funny because when we were watching on Joe's that thing going on in Colorado, somebody from the court's like, Your Honor, it's come to my attention that somebody is rebroadcasting the trial and doing commentary, and the look on Joe's face, he was like, "Oh, they're talking about me," and they're like, "Yeah, they got like 8,000 viewers." Like, no, not talking about me. Turns out it was some girl named Ashley Epp, but turns out Joe's not allowed to stream that trial, so. If he gets charged with insurrection, we're gonna have to bail him out of jail. You know that, right? We have to do like a give send bro and bro fund me and what's the other one? He's our Joe me, dude. He's like our personal Jew. What are we gonna? We can't just let him go to jail for insurrection for restreaming a trial about Donald Trump.
I mean, if he's told not to do it
What
and he
if?
continues to do it, is he not in the wrong? I mean, he's a lawyer, so maybe he's looking for something to do. I don't know.
Yeah, it was actually Epp. Little did they know we were on Rumble too. Streaming the exact same thing. You have to support your Joe.
I love
Like,
Joe.
what if
I mean,
the
I'd be
day
very sad
comes
if it
when
happened
you
to me, but
arrested in New York and you need a Jewish lawyer? Call Ron Coleman, I guess. This is
Don
not
says
looking good. We
support
got
your Jewish
rhinos
lawyer.
voting.
Yes. Always support the Jewish lawyers.
I just read that. I don't know who Ashley Epps is, but that's sad for them to get in trouble. Like, 'cause you know that person had the exact same look on their face that Joe had, and then they said her name, and it's like, guess I should end the stream now, chat. Like, yeah, Joe just went and watched the C-SPAN coverage, which I think is still illegal unless you're part of their extended media pool coverage, which only extends to media organizations. I don't know, like, how you go about being recognized as a media organization. Like, if you have a White House press pass, does that make you a media organization? I mean, some of
Show
them
just
watching
impressed that
it's
7,000 people were watching.
this is kind of a big deal. Like, this is literally they're literally trying to use lawfare to silence their political opponents. Like this.
All right.
This is the kind of shit actual insurrections are made of. I mean, what's that? Who was that president that they shot? Not Lincoln, the other one. Kennedy. He said
shot.
when you make
the one that they killed.
Yeah, the government in front of like a whole bunch of people. You know
that one. Oh yeah, that one. Yes,
yeah.
the Degrassi Knoll. I mean the book depository.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. We have Oswald. Yeah, right. That guy.
Back to
right.
the left.
Anyway, that president said when you make a peaceful revolution impossible, you make violent revolution inevitable. And he was talking to them. He was talking about like the organization he worked for, the government. Oof, JFK. Cult of Joe and bring your own Kool-Aid. No, I hang out with Joe on Rumble, the Joe-ish community, not the following, which is his YouTube weirdos. I ain't joining no following. I don't know what happened to Frog. He might have fallen in.
But no,
Oh,
what? Fallen in. Fallen into what? I was checking out. I was checking out Don's He's like 4 videos, 25 subscribers,
Oh,
or 26 now.
you always
25
do
now,
that.
25 now.
You always
Into
look
it.
and see if everyone has a channel,
Uh-huh.
and then you subscribe to it. That's why you got over 40,000 subscriptions on YouTube. You literally subscribe to all of YouTube, and 90% of the people you're subscribed to have never done a video.
What's up, Jariah? Jariah says Kennedy, never heard of him.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to go through and clean out a bunch of the subscriptions that like people who have been around, not people that are our people, but people who have like come through and like gone. Like if you don't do content and you're not actually one of the crew, you've actually like just disappeared, then I don't
Don
want to be
said that he's a mod for a lot of people.
Oh, I know he's the mod for Joe and like
For
19
Joe
other channels.
and Mindset and a
Yeah,
couple others.
that's why you just do it live on Rumble and you don't do anything on YouTube. Look at those 5 rhinos, bro.
I keep busy enough modding 20 channels.
Do you think those yays are by accident? I don't think they are. I think those are
Nope, those are not by accident.
those are rhinosauruses, bro. Kevin McCarthy's probably in there. Steve Scalise is
There's
probably in
7.
there. Jesus Christ, how many rhinosauruses do they got?
They're good at censure.
I don't think they are.
This is the motion to table. This is the motion to table.
Oh.
They're trying to stop it from happening, so they wanted to put it on the
Yeah,
table.
I think it's gonna get tabled, bro. Like this is looking not great for the Republicans. I mean, I know they counted mostly the Democrat votes first,
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I wish it was for a new speaker, but I don't know. Frog seems to like
speaker. No,
Mr. Hugh Johnson.
They selected a speaker last week.
Yeah, Hugh Johnson.
Yep.
I still think Crowder's
John
tweet
Mikeson.
on that was the best.
Yep.
But Johnson, who is that? Never mind, I don't care. I was like, Crowder, you're not ever funny most of the time, but you got this one. You did a funny this time. Yeah, GOP is about 60% right now. I'd say.
I mean, this is on the motion to table. This is the censure of Rashida Tlaib. Motion to table or kill the resolution.
I think it's gonna get tabled, bro. It's not looking good. Because the Democrat, you're not gonna see.
We don't really want to go ahead and
Yeah, you're not gonna see any nays from the Democrats, and you're gonna. It looks like we're at 10 for the Republicans already. Fucking rhinos. I think anybody who watched Depp v. Heard is a Fijoli.
Are they thinking if they can stop this that
they're not going to get any Democrats to go along with stopping the censure of Magic the Gathering because she has no friends. Nobody likes Marjorie Taylor Greene, not even Marjorie Taylor Greene's constituents. I mean, I think her constituents might like her. They voted for her, but
thanks for reading my mind. Called Joe.
Yeah.
Get the bit Jewish jokes. Yep. When LawTube was blowing up, or never existed, during Kyle and Depp Heard, modded 600 plus hours of Depp Heard was also modding up to 40,000 hours of live chat. some days.
40,000 people, I think.
I was there. I was modding for Good Logic. I've been a mod for Good Logic for some time. Modding for 12 hours straight is a good challenge. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
I
Sit
think
there and
your
watch everything that everybody says.
poll is
And it's not like it's like slow
wow.
like it is here.
One Democrat said nay. We got 13 Republicans.
I mean,
on
there's
the
potential for
side.
people to change their
Oh
mind.
wow, there goes one. It went from like the 13 on the nay counter or yay counter went. Maybe they just pressed the wrong button accidentally because they're boomers and half of them probably can't even read because they don't have strong enough prescription in their glasses. I didn't watch Deadly Heard with Joe. I think the only bit of that I did watch was like the final verdict, and I watched that with Nick and 135,000 other people. I think were there for the verdict reading, and then I was like, oh, he won. Dope. He doesn't even have any bucks to pay him, so not like it matters.
Oh, look, two nays on the Democratic side.
Yep, this is getting interesting now.
Never saw your name over there. Lisa, who, me or Don?
Probably you.
Me?
Yeah.
It's because I'm usually running the show.
Mm-hmm.
Usually running the show. Got my own thing going on. Over
like
on
if
the
he's
Rumble
watching,
side, I do this
yeah,
the regular shtick with Cool Frogs that I've been doing forever.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's watching Joe, he's probably doing research on the news.
Right.
So
Congress having trouble pushing 1 to 3 buttons, kind of emblematic of our government. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, seems like these votes should already be in.
Yeah, that's how most Lisa. That's how most of you found me was through Good Logic.
Lawn lumber's gross. Don't.
Just saying,
talk
a lot
about
of
it.
people found me through Good Logic. A lot of people found me through Vices because I had joined Vices. I could join Good Logic. They've joined me.
Yeah, I found you through Joe. I'm not impressed. But again,
Not
like my story of how I found you was a little bit different than everyone else's. Like, I was the guy passed out in the back of the room when Joe was like, "We're gonna raid Cool Frog." I'm like, "What?" No, I woke up there, and I was like, "Huh? Who left me here?" This is some bullshit auto playing YouTube nonsense.
Darth come walking through the room. Who the fuck are all these?
Who are you? Where am I? And what the fuck happened to my pants? All questions that bared answering at the time.
Vice is a good guy. Yeah, I mean, I like Vices. For
I
what it is. I mean,
I will say Jeff is a decent
too
dude.
bad.
I will say I'm not a fan of his, but I will say he's an alright dude. Like, I mean, I'm not his biggest fan. Like, he's not my favorite. But if he's on
Are
a
you
panel
watching
with,
any trial cases? You just do this. I usually, seriously, I read the news and talk news and politics is what I usually do. During the day, it's not always just this. Sometimes I'll just go live and I'll just go live with a couple people and we'll just talk about whatever.
we don't really do
Sometimes
trial coverage here, though.
It's really dependent on the day, depending on what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, I usually deal and like talk about the news and politics because that's the stuff that interests me compared to most anything else.
Yeah.
He could ask me questions about Star Wars, Star Trek, Star Wars fleet, whatever. I have no freaking clue. I have no clue when it comes to that. See, look at that. Those Democrats fell off.
Democrats takes backseas, and we got 16 rhinos. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Gaetz was one of them. Because censuring people is a giant waste of time. Like, what does it do? Like, naughty congressperson,
It's right,
congresser
exactly. It
person.
slaps him on the
It's
wrist,
just fucking
points
stupid. We
fingers
got
at him, and says,
actual,
"Oh, now you're
yeah,
so bad."
we have actual shit that's going on right now, and we need to get over this shit so that we can make sure that Ukrainian, or not Ukrainian, the new one, Israel gets all the money they need to do war. Like, that's the important thing, is making sure the military industrial complex gets its feeding. Not this. This is not important. This is the dog and pony show. Look at them numbers, Frog. You thinking this is going through? I don't think so. They almost said,
Well, if that wasn't a little anticlimactic,
yeah, we came here for a century of Rashida Tlaib. Y'all, I don't think we're gonna get it.
there you go. There you go, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go after those rhinos. I'm gonna go after those rhinos. No, Marjorie Taylor Greene is also up for censure or whatever,
Yeah.
potentially. So now she has to think about it. She has to think about it. If it's 172, 121, it's still 140 out there, whatever. Either way, and they're pretty much calling it for what it is and saying it doesn't matter what you do, no matter how hard you try. This is getting tabled. This is getting tabled, and because this is getting tabled, you're going to go after all 16 of the other ones. You think those 16 aren't going to actually go ahead and vote to censure you?
Yep. Like I said, Marjorie Taylor Greene has no friends. It sounds like Rashida Tlaib got at least 20 rhinos on her team.
I liked watching Joel doing his chart of looking up who he liked as speaker and
Oh,
looking them up. Yeah, that's always fun to do. Look them all up. Pay attention to who's what. Like, look at every single one of these House members. Every single one of them is there for a reason. Every single one of them was elected to be put there, supposedly. Every single last one of them need to be held accountable for their actions. And she's the 18 yays on the Republican side.
18. That's almost 20, y'all, in case you can't count.
That's ridiculous.
It's a
That's
lot.
ridiculous.
We're
It's like, nah, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this today. We're not going to go ahead and censure Rashida Tlaib.
okay.
I like the meme where the one side rockets from Gaza labeled are tax dollars and Israel's Iron Dome labeled somehow also out. Tax dollars.
Mm-hmm. That's about right.
Yep.
And then if you zoom that meme out a little bit, you'll see incoming rockets from all over the rest of the Middle East. And they'll all be labeled somehow also our tax dollars. Santos.
Santos looks cheerful sitting there.
Fucking Santos.
I mean, when your own Republican
Yeah.
Republican representatives that are standing right next to you, calling you out for expulsion.
19.
I mean,
Wow.
need to be called out for bullshit.
19 now, Frog.
That's ridiculous. This is.
Do you think Eye Patch McCain
Oh,
voted
this is
yay?
18 now.
Oh.
Somebody pushed the wrong button.
I bet you it was Eye Patch McCain. He can't see the buttons very good.
McCain.
Yeah. Eye Patch McCain.
Okay.
Everybody's
Santos looks cheerful sitting there. I mean,
everybody's least favorite
you see
congresser.
Santos?
I'm talking about Dan Crenshaw.
No, Dan Crenshaw.
I Patch McCain, yeah. Time remaining 0 minutes.
Some window liquor on the Democrat outside keeps on hitting the wrong button. Yeah, it goes up. This is nay,
Okay.
this is nay, and then doesn't.
We have 85 people that didn't vote, and this is a blowout, y'all. Oh, they're still counting the votes because it says
They have
time is
to.
over.
They have to.
Okay.
You know what we'll do is we'll do one better than they did. If you didn't, we're going to keep ours up as well.
Yeah, we'll keep
The
everybody
poll's
voting the
still
poll.
up.
Let us know if you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're an independent.
This lady's really loud. All right, so motion to table currently 9 votes. There's 9 people here that hit 9 likes. It's kind of fun. I
Well,
think
let me see
that's
if I
not
hit
everybody
like.
that's hit the like button. Everybody here hasn't hit the like button. I'm pretty sure. So
Let me
yay
hit
is
the like
22%,
button. Oh,
nay
it
is 44%, and present is 33%.
is.
So 4 people hit nay, say nay.
So
2 people
ours
say
would
yay.
pass.
2 people. There's 2 rhinos in the house. Just kidding.
Democrats. I mean, there might not be. Not everybody here's a Republican, Frog. I mean, don't you know you have diversity in your audience? And there are actually people here who secretly vote Democrat. They just don't say that they're Democrats because they don't want to be ridiculed by chat. But they actually support Joe Biden and stuff. They exist.
No, yeah, and you have the right to do such a thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't let me bully
that's
you to thinking you can't.
this is definitely
Wednesday is
America.
open up.
We might not agree. We might not agree with your politics, but we agree with your right to support who you support.
Try. Nice try,
Like,
but Feinstein was a senator.
yeah, and
House.
I couldn't remember if Patch McCain was a senator or a congresser, and I'm like, I think he's a congresser. I
Senator
don't think
McCain?
he's. No, Dan Crenshaw.
Dan
Patch.
Crenshaw's a house.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's one of them 20 yays. I hate you, Patch McCain.
Representative Crenshaw. No, you're okay, try. It was a good try, though. It was a good try. I mean, you could have said we have to go dig up Nancy Pelosi and been a lot more accurate.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go drag. She doesn't have the very close, like, super secret speaker's cubby office now because Patrick McHenry took it away from her. But
Apparently, they're trying to actually say that it wasn't McHenry that did that. McCarthy actually did put that in before.
oh well,
It just so happened to come across as he was there.
it was way more awesome that was the first thing that came
timing,
up.
right? Timing just played out right.
Great time. Like the first thing we'll do is kick Nancy Pelosi out of her office. Get bitch. Now she got to come extra far away from the from her regular office, so she don't move around too well because she's like 8 billion years old. Hey, that reminds me of my favorite meme from yesterday. It's like, remember, Republicans lie to you and steal your money, and Democrats lie to you and steal your money.
Yep, they all do.
And Puffer says, I'm pretty sure I don't identify with any side at all because I'm not a crook. Yep. Not a Democrat or a
So you're one
Republican.
of the 3 that marked present on the motion to table,
Hey,
or Just go ahead and you vote along with us Republicans and said, nah, fuck this bitch, Rashida Tlaib. This Michigander that I don't like.
10 votes, you got 30 present, 30 yay, and 40% nay. So you got at least 2 Democrats and a rhino. If I would vote to table this, it wouldn't be because of any other
So, I
reason
mean,
than
you look
we
at
have
the 36
more important shit like war
more
defund.
votes
Yep,
to tie,
and they need them all.
and there's only 35 left.
Yeah. They need them all and then some people to change their vote, but I think this is getting tabled, man. For real. Yep, this is definitely getting tabled.
Just a little bit of quick math for y'all.
Yep. All that waiting we did. And we're not even going to get to see Rashida Tlaib get censored. And this is our tax dollars at work, folks. This is your fine government taking way too long to do a vote on something that's stupid and pointless. Wasting more of your money to try to tell Rashida Tlaib they don't like her words. Later,
John
bye.
says gotta go say happy birthday. She's later. You have a good one, Don. We'll be around. We'll be around for a little bit here. Otherwise, I'll be over on Rumble yet tonight, probably for a little bit to do a regular
10:30
stream.
Eastern.
Frog. I'll be back tomorrow sometime in the afternoon for probably an early whatever this is, as opposed to doing. I don't think there's anything in particular I should be watching for, but maybe I'll call it what this is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the world could come to Armageddon any minute now, so
Wish you'd had a happy birthday for us.
yeah.
We'll see you around.
Happy birthday from random strangers on the internet, Dad. I wouldn't do that just 'cause it would be weird. Be like, yeah, random strangers you don't know all say happy birthday. They're my homies, though. Yep, we got 30 votes left, and it's 220 to 183, so they need 37 votes to tie. And we have 30 remaining. This is not looking good.
Yes, you have a good one, Don.
And we have
I'll be
rhinos.
around. Come back, check us out.
We definitely have rhinos. Either that or we have
One of them
principal.
now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is a stupid vote, though, so.
You can see they're gathering on the floor now.
Yep.
They're like, all right.
Looks like we lost again, guys. Fucking congressers. This sends a bad message.
You're going to get a boo and a cheer at the same time.
Boo cheer?
Uh-huh. You get one side cheering, you're going to have the other side booing.
Yeah, well, one side got 21 traders. The other side's very consistent. They have 0 traders.
And you know those 21 Republicans that go ahead and voted yay so far.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, she's vowed to go ahead and go after each and every single one of them. I hope she's okay. She takes care of herself going about doing this. I really don't.
Who's
I don't
gonna
see
go
this
after
turn.
him?
This isn't going to go well. She's going to get censored herself.
Yeah. It's going to be very similar numbers, only it'll be on the nay side and not on the yay side. And there might be
Will we
more
watch her
Republicans.
censure? Yeah, sure.
I mean, she's a politician. She gets no support from me, no love lost on my end. If there's one thing I think is shit, it's a politician. $10 votes from the 7 watching. And
And I really hate how they let this timer run out.
yeah,
And continue to wait for everybody to vote. It's like, come on,
right.
get
You
with
should,
it. They
you should,
put a timer on there for a reason.
you should have to pay a very large financial penalty for going over your time. It should be like $100 a minute out of your
See,
pocket.
Nick's just said the same thing. The
Yep.
timer bugs me. What's the point of having one?
There is no point apparently because we can just hold up the vote. Oh, look at the yay numbers though. That's a gay old party right there. Gay? Where is the Johnson?
I think Mr. Johnson, because he gets to appoint pro tempores. The pro tempores are the ones that are going to conduct most of the business. He only shows up when he needs to. He might show up for I don't know. It doesn't look like he's gonna. It looks like there's somebody else that's up there.
Yeah, that's not Johnson. I know it's one of the pro tempores, but I don't.
No, right.
I can't remember the name of that dude. It's just like you get selected as Speaker of the House, and then you don't even do the job. Like we had a word for people like you where I come from. Gay.
Right. Come on, just finish the vote.
You guys, yeah, just. I mean, you might as well. It's already over. Like. There's 13 Democrats that haven't voted yet. We know what you're going to vote. And it doesn't really matter what the 13 Republicans who haven't voted yet are going to vote because this vote's already done. Like, this is tabled. If anybody here is super annoyed, vote in the poll, I guess.
I mean, they already
Oh,
know. I
sure.
mean, I get it.
Yeah,
There's 26 plus whatever. Nope. Nope, not
Yeah,
enough.
it's impossible. I mean, 26 will get you to 205. Or, no, that's not right. 211. So it's over. You can't
Right.
win.
But let's wait them out. So if we can't convince more and more Republicans to turn into cops.
Hmm. I want to see all 26 of the votes go to the yay side just for the lulls.
If we keep on censoring people, they're just going to keep on censoring us. We can't allow this to continue. Censoring people back and forth is not necessary. Blah blah blah.
It's basically
And that's
useless.
pretty much what it comes down to. Is hopefully a couple of them actually had half a brainwave and were able to come up with a decent enough idea and why they're not doing such a thing. 23.
I don't think Congress should be able to pass anything if it's not unanimous. They'd never be able to pass anything. This is right. You've been live for like over the 2 hour, almost a 2 hour mark now.
Now that he's waited twice the time that he's supposed to, he's hollering, "Come on now.
Yeah.
Those who have not voted, get your asses going."
Y'all are like seriously annoying me.
On this vote, the yeas are 222, the nays 186. The motion is adopted. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Bergman?
The House will be in order. Okay. Proceedings will resume on questions previously postponed. Votes will be taken in the following order. The motion to suspend the rules and agree to House Resolution 559. The motion to suspend the rules and pass H.R. 340. The motion to recommit on H.R. 4364.
Why is it repeating itself?
Passage of
Do you hear
H.R.
that?
4364.
Nope.
And
You're not hearing an
adoption of
echo?
the House
I'm
Resolution
not.
773. Pursuant to Clause 9 of Rule 20, these electronic votes will be conducted as 5-minute votes. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, the
Yeah,
unfinished
5 minute
business
votes my
is the
ass.
vote on the motion of the gentleman from Texas, Mr. McCall, to suspend the rules and agree to HRES 559, on which the yeas and nays are ordered. The clerk will report the title.
House Resolution 559, resolution declaring it as a policy of the United States that a nuclear Islamic Republic of Iran is not acceptable.
The question is, will the House suspend the rules and agree to the resolution? Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
Let's find out how long it takes them to do this 5 minute vote. Since it just took them 40 minutes to do that 15-minute vote. Whoa. Looks like we got some division amongst the Democrats on the Iran nuclear deal. No nuclear for Iran, yo.
So now declaring a nuclear Iran is unacceptable.
Yeah, and 18 Democrats for some reason don't think so.
17, 18, 17.
20.
Oh, 20. Oh, shit. They're like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a Democrat by Joe.
We have one. You know who the one Republican is, right?
Oh,
Lindsey
I'm sorry. I got to
Graham.
end the poll. That
Yeah, I'm
poll
guessing at
ended.
least.
It was a 50-50 draw. 36 and 36 percentile. 11 votes. Next poll. Motion to suspend. Yay, nay, or present. I'm just going to go yes or no, or present. I'm not too much time. Motion to suspend. And rules to agree that declaring a nuclear Iran is unacceptable.
Yeah, no nuki Iran.
Yes, nuclear Iran is unacceptable, or no, nuclear Iran is okay.
I think in general, people agree that nuclear Iran is unacceptable, although there's an alarming number of Republicans and Democrats alike that don't think so.
I mean, I think they can pretty much go ahead and agree. Over 300 of them are saying.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know, this is how they hold people accountable. This is how they hold people accountable for the things that they do. Is they
Yeah.
go and they see where they voted on these types of rules and amendments and stuff, these
Yeah.
motions. Is they see where people lie in these motions and they're like, oh, really? You feel that way, eh? Huh. Why is it that there's 3 Republicans
It's
that just so happen to
47 Democrats.
think it's okay for them to have nuclear weapons?
Yeah, I don't think so. They're gonna get them though. I say they have them by April.
Sure.
More at the latest.
I gotta stand up for 3 seconds. I'll be right back.
$342 to 52. That is. They'll take it down during Obama's 4th term. Clock is about to run out. I think there are some people that aren't present. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, it looks like this is resoundingly. Oh, Catnip Dave, you late. And the answer to that question is no, they're not.
Catnip Dave, what's up? Gonna finally shut that racist up? Nah.
Nope. Nope, they're not.
If this was an action movie, the timer would be stopped at 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Or like reset itself from 2 to 12. So you see that countdown, I was gonna be like, oh, 12. Oh, 12.
Yeah, Kamala said don't. However, Vladimir I mean, I see no reason why not. Here you go. And what are we gonna do? And if the answer is nothing, you're correct.
So they're supposedly declaring to agree that they do not like, or that they find a nuclear Iran is unacceptable.
Yes.
That's what the poll is. I'll try making sure
On
that I
this
hit the
vote,
poll
The yeas
right
are
now.
354.
You haven't
The
voted?
nays,
Too bad.
53. 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended. The resolution is agreed to, and without objection, the motion to reconsider
Our
is
audience
laid
also
on the
agreed.
table.
Yeah.
Pursuant
I
to
don't
clause
think it's a great
8
idea
of
to for
20,
Iran to
the
have
order of
nukes,
business
but
is the vote
they
on the
probably
motion of
disagree
the
with me.
gentleman from Texas, Mr. McCall,
The
to
Iranians.
suspend the rules and pass H.R. 340, on which the yeas and nays were ordered. The clerk will report the title.
H.R. 340, a bill to impose sanctions with respect to foreign support for terrorist organizations, including Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad.
The question is, will the House suspend the rules and pass the bill as amended? Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
20 minutes later.
I mean, that 5-minute vote only went 7.5 minutes, so.
Motion to suspend.
Five-minute vote, Nick says. I got
It
time
takes me
for
2 minutes to get my side up. Oh, it took me
a
1
nap,
minute to get my side
shower,
up.
and early morning interview and still have 12 hours to spare. What is this one about?
Sanctions on Hamas supporters. Motion to suspend the rules and pass as amended. They do need 2/3. Looks like they got 300 already.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
just
so
saying.
they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna sanction anybody or have show the ability to to sanction anybody that's supporter of Hamas anywhere. You better stop doing whatever you're doing out in them streets. They go ahead and they pass this. It's kind of funny that they pass these bills like this, but they can't, and they won't go ahead and censure.
Nope.
Rashida Tlaib at the same time for just
Nope.
that.
Rule for thee, not for me. Interesting how many nays there are on this as well.
Time you supposed to start? 30 minutes?
Yep.
Raging. Rage your chat.
Dope. That's what I was supposed to be doing.
What's that?
Getting ready for that.
Are you ready?
I mean, if I go 5, maybe even 3 minutes early, I'll be ready with a minute and a half to spare. Easy. I have most everything ready. Like, I'm already in StreamYards. So I just have to leave your studio and go into my own.
Yeah.
I have the book up already, so.
The Republicans want to hit Tlaib with sanctions?
And I'm not usually late, so if I'm a little late.
I mean, they didn't go ahead and censure her.
23 Republicans said no censure, so.
Yeah, they said no censure, so they can try to do other things, but it looks like it's pretty much going to fail.
I knows.
No way Iran gets nuclear weapons. Kamala told them don't. Yeah, Joe Biden told them don't, and then Kamala turned around and told them don't right afterward.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're definitely gonna listen
Repeated the words right out of his own mouth.
Definitely gonna listen to Kamala.
Kind of, reminiscent of Joe himself, plagiarist that he is. But so and that being said, we're probably gonna take off here soon-ish. As Darth is going to go get ready.
Better go do a show.
To run his show.
Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky.
The yeas are 363.
Yes,
the nays are 46.
It doesn't seem as that they're.
The rules are suspended. The bill is passed and without objection.
I'm going to still be watching, though I won't be live watching. Words out of my mouth was. What? What's so funny? What's so funny, Jiraiya? Did I say something?
Clause 1C of Rule 19, further consideration of H.R. 4364 will now resume. The clerk will report the title.
Union Calendar number 92, H.R. 4364, a bill making appropriations for the legislative branch for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2024, and for other purposes.
Words out of his own mouth was defeating itself.
The House will be in order.
You don't like that?
The House will be in order. Please take your conversations off the floor.
I just tell the truth.
The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentleman from New York seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I have a motion to recommit at the desk.
The clerk will report the motion.
Mr. S. Payat of New York moves to recommit the bill, H.R. 4364, to the Committee on Appropriations.
Pursuant to Clause 2B of Rule 19, the previous question is ordered on the motion to recommit? Though the question is on the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The noes have it. The motion is not agreed to.
Mr. Speaker, I ask for the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A submission number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This will be a 5-minute vote.
Gotta end this other one. That was also a 50-50. 6 votes, 3 yeas, 3 nays. So we got some Democrats and some rhinos around here.
Yep.
The motion to recommit. So now, the 2024 legislative branch spending bill to be sent back to committee because they're not sure if they want to pass it. They still have just a few days left to pass the 2024 legislative branch spending bill that they still haven't passed. Shiloh, man. She says, you.
Yeah.
Love you too.
It's because we're watching Congressers, and Congressers are gross.
Or maybe it was that she's seen your robot butthole and she's like, oh.
Oh, that's not gross, though.
I'm not going to put this one up. I'm not going to motion to recommit this legislative branch spending bill. Everybody should just, be thinking, we need to hurry. We need to get going here. Otherwise, government's going to shut down.
This is the partisan
They all still get paid.
line hack shit.
Don't blame me. I pushed the wrong button. So what happened? What's up, Cash? Cash. Long time no see. What happened? 23 rhinos went ahead and voted to not censure Rashida Tlaib.
Yep.
They haven't done anything with Marjorie Taylor Greene yet. Expelling George Santos was tabled right off the bat. They're currently doing some recommitment of the 2024 legislative branch spending bill, trying to send it back to committee. It looks like that's not going to potentially happen. I'm not really sure. It's kind of close at the moment.
This is the closest one we've had yet.
Right.
Yeah.
The last two where they went ahead and they condemned terrorism and whatever else.
Yeah, boo. Hamas bad.
Right. We get it. Hamas bad.
Nuclear Iran bad.
Why the fuck don't you just vote every time? Saves a bit of time in the long run when asking aloud for yes or no. Jesus on the cross. No one ever thought about this, dumb fucks. No, they get paid no matter what. They don't care. Was she censored? Not. No. So yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, what the fuck? I know, right?
They didn't write in an explanation of their votes. They just voted. That's the problem. We don't know why they voted not to. Could be any number of reasons. They're politicians. Congressers, to be specific. That's a close one. Directly across party lines. They're not going to recommit the bill.
Nah.
The
Republicans are
Republicans
dumb.
said.
Republicans are dumb as
no.
fuck. They're like, nah, we don't want to pass that.
Uh-huh. I think the excuse was they are rhinos, but
So dumb. I assume that's what their excuse is.
for not censoring
Free
Rashida Tlaib.
speech. I mean,
Members of
I
Congress
think they're
don't have
just
free
afraid
speech.
to do it. Go ahead, Doug.
Pretty sure they're public servants, and there's certain things that they cannot say from their seats. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, there's some kind of muzzle for sure.
But I know that, like, if you're in uniform in the military, you are subject to a different set of laws as well about what you're allowed to
You'll
say.
be back. Now, we're actually going to go away here within the next, I don't know, probably like 20-ish minutes or whatever. Dart's got a different show to put on.
I do have to do a
I
show.
won't be here, so I'll be back tonight. I'll be over on Rumble.
I gotta get some news together to bore you guys and depress you with.
Right.
And me as well.
I'll come back
because
and read you something depressing for sure.
I definitely need to be bored and depressed right before I go to bed. That's my favorite.
Yes.
201 to 209. This is looking like if all of a sudden all the Democrats showed up.
That,
The A's are 201.
8:30 Mountain Standard Time. Cash.
The
8:30
motion is not adopted.
Mountain Standard.
Question is on passage of the bill.
Go live on
Pursuant to
Rumble.
Clause 10 of Rule 20. The yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their vote by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote. I know I'm getting gavel.
Good to see you, Cash. You have a good one.
Yeah.
It's been a while. What are they doing now?
Passage of 4364.
So legislative branch spending $5.3 billion for U.S. House, Capitol Police, and Library of Congress.
5.3 billion.
5.3 billion for legislative branch spending bill.
You think it passes? This one's looking close too.
It's I'm kind of surprised. It's kind of they're not quite sure how to vote right away. A lot of them get confused. Oh, we're supposed to vote that way? Oh, I'm sorry. It kind of looks like it's going to be a yay.
Still pretty close.
Well, the only reason I say this is because you got Democrats voting yay. With the
You do have
Republicans that have more votes.
You do have. I don't even know what you would call those. If you call you can't call them a dino, can you? Because
They seriously going to pass $5.3 billion to the House for legislative branch? We'll be watching Senate tomorrow to see if they pass this bill to the Senate. Because every single bill needs to be passed through both.
they will pass it through the Senate if they pass it through the House.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering though, because though it's a 50-50 split, it's still a Democrat lead.
They love to spend money.
Catnip Dave says I'm a dino. Oh, okay.
No. He's a Dave in name only.
The Rumble's been glitchy, but I'll try to make it. I noticed that my Rumble on my phone has also been glitchy.
Oh, Rumble.
Only on PC have I not had the issue.
Rumble itself has been glitchy the last couple of days. It was glitchy when I was watching Joe earlier, and it wasn't just me. Like, a lot of people were having the glitchies. It's like Rumble's bad cheesecake. Looks like this is gonna be yayed through. You might be right, Frogger Red. The Republicans love to spend money. The Democrats love to spend money. They both lie to you. They both steal your money. I notice there's no independence. We used to have independence.
So we still, it's close.
It's looking like it's gonna go through, though.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Boomer.
Boy, what up? Boom, 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 boom. Good to see you, dude.
Boom, bada, boom, boom.
Just kind of watching some stuff here. Rashida Tlaib was not censured.
On this vote, the yeas are 214, the nays are 197. The bill is passed. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, the unfinished business is the vote on an adoption of House Resolution 773, on which the yeas and nays are ordered. The clerk will report the resolution.
House Resolution 773, resolution providing for the expulsion of Representative George Santos from the House of Representatives.
Oh.
The question is on adoption of the resolution. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
All right, here we go. This is the one that we want. This is the big one. Let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna kick out George Santos.
Let's go. It was tabled earlier. They just had an argument on it, so now it's up for the vote. All right, let's go. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Do we kick out George Santos?
I mean, cross party lines, both sides being like yes, no, maybe. I mean that 4-4 just kind of negates both of them, maybe. Oh, 3-2 in present, like people are just like.
I'm not getting involved in kicking somebody out.
Not New Jersey, New York.
Mm-hmm. New Yorker.
Republican out of New York. He had 3 Republicans out of New York telling him to get the fuck out earlier. So I mean,
Yeah, it looks like Santos might be safe.
It's kind of looking that way. What a mockery. What a mockery. The whole thing.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
all
the
show.
guy's been caught being corrupt, but every single one of them is corrupt. And if they go ahead and sign on with this, then who's to say they're not next, right?
It's all just a show. How ridiculous.
We got 4 presidents and 2 presidents from the Democrat side and 16 from either side of the aisle voting cross-party lines.
This is agreeing to expel George Santos.
Yep.
Why are Democrats saying no? Says that person.
Probably because they're corrupt too.
Because they're dumb.
No, they're corrupt.
It makes no sense whatsoever. The guy caught being corrupt? Yeah, that guy. He was caught with Armenians and Iranians in his hands and his pockets? Yep. Yep, that guy. That guy. Out of New York. This isn't the New Jersey guy though. This is the New York guy. The New Jersey guy that's up is what, Hernandez. He's the one that had all the other things going on with his wife. But it's usually about the same thing. Some kind of insider trading of some kind of sort that somebody caught him on.
Still got a minute left on the vote.
It's so dumb. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
I think a lot of people want presidents for this vote.
It's kind of interesting how there's 14 that are actually, or 15 now that are present.
Yeah. I want presidents.
So stupid.
This is your tax dollars working hard.
It's straight up no. There's 22. There's 33 away from a nay. Oh, 34. Okay, 35. There's not enough. There's not enough. So, as far as that goes, they can keep on switching sides.
Santos gets to be a congresser still.
Yep. Now it's what's his relationship with the 31 Democrats.
What about the 15 of them that want presents?
On this
Is he
vote,
gonna buy them all presents?
on this vote, on this vote, the yeas are 179, the nays are 213, with 19 recorded as present. 2/3 not voting in the affirmative. The resolution is not adopted, and a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Gay. Yes, all politicians are corruption.
Yes.
And with that said, and that vote going through,
Bob, what's up? Did Cool
I'm
Frog
gonna-
vote yet?
Cool Frog did vote. He voted give him a present as well.
No, I told him to get the fuck out of here, but
Oh,
whatever.
Frog voted yay.
I'm down
He was-
with removing all corrupt politicians.
So you're down with
Yes,
just
replace them all.
abolishing the legislature?
The House will
Yay.
be in order.
Alright, Frog. I'm gonna get heading out and go get ready and shit, so...
I'll redirect it
For
in
what
a moment.
purposes
I'm going
does
to
the
take off
gentleman
out of here.
from Maine seek recognition?
Yo, chat,
Madam Speaker, I ask for
it's
unanimous
been fun. Too bad they didn't send her Rashida Tlaib. That was sad, but Congressers gone Congress. Catch y'all
The gentleman
over on my side. Hopefully you'll come around for
Last
my
Wednesday
show.
night, a terrible
Law 10.
tragedy befell my hometown of Lewiston. The following is a reading from the daily devotional.
The gentleman will suspend. Members will take their conversations off the floor. The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The following is a reading from the daily devotional, Streams in the Desert, from October 25. Hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name. Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. John 16:24. During the Civil War, a man had an only son who enlisted in the armies of the Union. The father was a banker, and although he consented to his son's going, it seemed as if it would break his heart to let him go. He became deeply interested in the soldier boys, and whenever he saw a uniform, his heart went out as he thought of his own dear boy. He spent his time, neglected his business, gave his money to caring for the soldiers who came home invalid. His friends remonstrated with him, saying he had no right to neglect his business and spend so much time upon the soldiers, so he fully decided to give it all up. After he had come to this decision, there stepped into his bank one day a private soldier in a faded, worn uniform who showed in his face and hands the marks of the hospital. The poor fellow was fumbling in his pocket to get something or other when the banker saw him and, perceiving his purpose, said to him, "My dear fellow, I cannot do anything for you today. I'm extremely busy. You will have to go to your headquarters. The officers there will look after you." Still, the poor convalescent stood, not seeming to fully understand what was said to him. Still, he fumbled in his pockets.
So as sad as it is
there were a few lines
to see such a thing
laid the
happen,
soiled sheet before the banker. On it he
for
found
us
the
to
report,
continue
"Dear
to
Father, this is
look
one of my
at this
comrades who
particular
wounded in the last
case,
fight and has been in the hospital.
but refuse to look at everything else,
Charlie."
as
In a moment,
there's
all the resolutions of
since
indifference
then been,
man-made flew away.
and this is as of a few
Took the
days ago,
boy
so I'm
to
sure it's
switch
maybe
over,
possibly
put
changed,
him in Charlie's room, gave him Charlie's seat at
dozen
the table, kept
or
him until
more
food and rest and love had brought him back to health, and then sent him back
mass
again to
shootings
imperil his life for the
that have
flag.
also happened since
Now you will see what I
this
will do.
particular instance.
Exodus 6:1. Mr. Speaker, I ask for a
So
moment of
as
silence.
we
Madam Speaker,
think
I ask
about
for a
this
moment of
guy
silence, and with that I yield back.
and pray for those to be better. Let's also think about all of those that were affected through all the other mass shootings that we refuse to look at because we're so ignorant to the color of one's skin. Just saying. Just saying. If we're gonna do something, let's do it for all. Let's stop being ignorant to the point and pointing something out and saying, "Oh, look at this," when you refuse to look at everything else that's there as well and treat it the same. Where are we at? 5 minutes to. I'm gonna actually take off here in due time within the next few moments. Thank you also very much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Share this out to all those places you like to share things. This particular episode will be redirected to Darth. He is running a 48 laws of power law 10. Infection.
Speaker, I hereby remove myself as co-sponsor of the HRES.
Avoid the unhappy and unlucky people.
Thank you.
For what purpose? The gentleman is recognized.
I ask for unanimous consent that when the House adjourns today, it adjourn to meet at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Without objection. For what purpose does the gentleman from Florida seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, it is with great regret and hopefully temporarily that I hereby remove my name as a co-sponsor of HR 61116.
The gentleman's request is granted. For what purposes? For what purposes of recognition does the gentleman from Florida seek?
Madam Speaker, I hereby remove my name as co-sponsor of HR 6116.
The gentleman's request is granted. For what purpose does the gentleman from Florida seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, I hereby remove my name as co-sponsor of HR 6116.
Without objection, the gentleman's request is granted. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Florida seek recognition?
Madam Speaker, I hereby remove my name as a co-sponsor of HR 2908.
The gentlewoman's request is granted.
Huh. What did they just do? That's the more border patrol agents now. They retracted their signatures from the bill.
Ready now? All right, the chair will now entertain requests for 1-minute speeches. For what purpose does the gentleman from Georgia seek recognition?
Ask unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute to revise and extend my remarks.
So ordered.
Yeah, they're just.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in remembrance of Patrick Leon Bennett, who passed away on July 28, 2023 at the age of 55.
We're not going to listen to all this. We're not
Patrick
going to
was
listen to
born
this.
in
I'm sorry.
Waycross, Georgia.
I'm going to actually remove that so that I don't sound like I'm disrespecting them, because it's not the case whatsoever. I'm going to continue to listen to them, whether it be. I'm going to actually go away. This channel, we are redirecting to Darth. He is going to start his show here within the next few moments. I wish you all a wonderful day. I'll be back tonight on Rumble at 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. That's about 2.5 hours from now. I got to do some research and get something done for it, and we'll see what I actually come up with. I do appreciate y'all so much. Support the channel, support that channel, support. Show the love, for your creators when you can, how you can. The best way to do so is hit that like button. Go ahead and view those ads. Let those ads play out for you. That's how your creators make the money. If you are a premium member, you won't get ads, and we actually make more money off of that if you're actually watching. I do appreciate it so much. Thank you again. Love y'all. I'll talk to you later.